Yo, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. This is your Brazil versus France reaction, and I want to get into it, bro. So, yeah, this is the post game. What are my thoughts? As expected, Brazil lost 2-1 to France. Let's talk about it. The big game, the big friendly. We already have Mel in the building. What's up? Big up to you as always, sis. Can you share the stream if you guys don't mind, bro? City fan channels live. I couldn't catch up. Sorry about that. Big up to them, but I couldn't catch up. Big up to you, Mel. Can you share the stream? I think that'll help out a lot. First, let me update the thumbnail. Let me send this to a few people. We're almost to 100 subscribers. Come on, guys. We need 100 subscribers. So, yeah. Join the live stream, guys. Like, my thoughts, I'm not surprised, bro. Am I surprised? No. The problem is the thumbnail, bro, is a joke. No. I'm not trying to cut his head, but like, damn it. Hold on, I'm just trying to make the thumbnail, guys, but before that. It's just so annoying. Only use this thumbnail, but no, I may not do this. Give me a sec, guys. I hate the thumbnail, bro. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this, bro. What are my thoughts? Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have to use this YouTube always requiring this. Like, so stupid, bro. So yeah, so I haven't even gotten started, basically. I haven't even gotten started. So first of all, please like, subscribe. We're only 5 subs away. Subscribe to the channel, bro. So yeah, so what are my thoughts? I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. Brazil won, France too. So France, they were the better team. Okay, all right. So maybe not like the better team fully. So yeah, so I'm gonna explain about what are my thoughts. But first, let me send this to a few people, bro, down live. So yeah, join in, subscribe to the channel, guys. So yeah, so let me send this to Twitter, X, you know. Am I surprised? No. I'm not surprised, bro. Join the live stream. Road to 100 subscribers. Oh my goodness, bro. So join me. Where is it? So yeah. Join in, guys. What are my thoughts? Alright, let me send this to Instagram and then yeah. So alright, so this was a different game that I expected. I did expect France to kind of get the better of the ball, bro. But it's like, as always, this is just not good enough, bro. So yeah, so here we go. So what are my thoughts? I thought this is not good enough. Okay, I mean not good enough. As expected. we were not good enough because we were missing Neymar. And I know I forgot to remove this Flamingo on my other computer. I don't know how, but yeah, we lose. Brazil lose 2-1. I'm not mad at it. Am I a bit surprised that we didn't get ran over? The only reason why we didn't get ran over because of the red card, bro. Lupercano actually picked up a red card, which surprised me. Someone made that good run to Wesley, and then he wins a foul, almost a penalty kick. And yeah, we made France to plagiarize that, but that's about it. What have we done? Brazil, France, they didn't actually have a lot of chances. So before I talk about how the game went, and listen, I only watched the last 20 minutes of the game, and once I saw it was 2-0, I was like, I'm not surprised. Actually, once I turned on the TV, Ekitike already have scored. And I was like 2-0, and I was like, we conceded to 10 men? It's like, are you kidding me? So France had the slightly more the possession of the ball. Brazil had 46%, so it's by far even less. So yeah, So yeah, am I surprised? No. I think that France had the better chances in open play, you could say, on short. So actually, no. All right, let's see. Saliba was on the bench. Yeah, he was. He didn't play a single minute. And before I get into more of this, let me try to get my phone real quick. So yeah, so we actually tend to have the better shots. I'm surprised France, even though even though they had the slightly more possession, they let us have the better chances, and we only scored one. 17 shots, only one goal. Only one goes in, bro. 4 shots on target. Some of them were decent save from Mike Mayon, bro. Of course, such a great keeper. And apparently France had 3 shots on target. They're saying 2, if not 3. So Ederson only made 1 save. And basically, we still freaking lose. And I'm not surprised, bro. We had some creativity. We're not putting them away, even though we kind of didn't. I'm going to talk about the players between the two teams, bro. Because France, I would say, let me try to get my phone real quick, and then I'll have my thoughts to say. I'll write it back. Yeah. France actually had the less chances. I'm surprised they kind of respected us. So this is how the game apparently went. So I know I did kind of watch the highlights fully and all that. France, they started off like ruthless, and then someone hit off the post. I forgot who it was. And then listen, we had the better chance. Brazil had the more shots. But basically, ever since that red card, it kind of did change the dynamic of the game, and we only got 1 back. Heck, bro, from Bremer. So here's what happened. And then France and then Brazil, they started off pretty good. And after that first 5-10 minutes, France had control. Brazil started to slowly ease in, and then they started to have the better chances in open play, creating more chances on target. And then someone made that error. So and then Mbappe, and someone makes that good run, and then Mbappe comes in, he cooks, and then chips over the ball and goal. He chips over Ederson, and then France scores from open play. Mbappe scores from open play for France, of course. That's what I expected. I was not surprised, bro. Mbappe, he's him. And this is why Mbappe, bro, of course. If you let him to get him those chances, bro, it is. And funny enough, Ederson, bro, he hasn't recovered from that Mbappe hat trick. So I'm not really surprised, bro. If Alisson wasn't goal, do I think? I mean, probably concede one because our defense is not that great. And then Mbappe absolutely scored a brilliant goal. Like, fair enough. Of course, Mbappe's just doing his things. And I'm not surprised Ederson has given up 5 goals now. 5 open play goals since February of last year in the Champions League playoff where he conceded a hat trick at the Bremer, including one at the Etihad. I'm not surprised from it. I'm really not. And then, like, Mbappe, and then, like, France started to have control. They almost went 2-0 up before halftime, I think. Still tries in, and then it was halftime. France were leading 1-0 at the break. And then there was, like, some substitution, but apparently there is some updates. Apparently, the bad news is Rafinha had to go out at halftime, and I'm going to have to investigate what really happened. And I didn't even notice he was on the pitch. Not because he was playing bad, but apparently he went down injured. I don't know if this is true, but here's the thing. It's going to mean so lot, bro. I'm just going to be waiting for a lot of people to come in, bro. And then, like, once it's halftime, Deschamps, he didn't make any substitution. Funny enough, Carlo Ancelotti, while Rafinha comes down, apparently he's injured. I don't know if this is true or not. Or they just had to substitute. He actually substituted Luis Enrique, which I think it was a great sub. And then, like, the substitution, he brings on Luis Enrique, who absolutely balls out for Brazil, and he's one of the reasons why he could leave his head held high today compared to everyone else, and that's why we didn't kind of got embarrassed enough. And even though France were down to 10 men for like the majority of the second half, they managed to hold on, and they made look nervous or scared at times. But the front is Brazil, not enough, not good enough. Am I surprised? No. Lanús lost, and Flamengo had to freaking lose to Lanús. Lanús are not even that great this season. That's as well embarrassing, which I'm gonna get into it. And then everything, the flow of the game would change. And then just before the Ekitike goal, and then there was that red card, of course. And once Upamecano got sent off, they signed Deschamps substitution. These players, Doué came on, Kante, and then Marcus Thuram came on and then played 2 last few minutes, Kolulum. And then Carlo Ancelotti decided to sub in Luis Enrique for Rafinha. João Pedro came on for Mateus Cunha. Wait, no, he came on the 67th. It wasn't until the 71st minute he came on. Who came on the 60th minute? This is you. Martinelli, who, by the way, Martinelli had that chance before that Mbappe goal came in. Martinelli had a chance, apparently. And then he had a chance, which I thought that probably went in, and then he hits it out wide. I forgot who made that pass. I don't know if it was Santos. I forgot. And then he missed it, sadly. Like we're seeing now, we're seeing the poor form Martinelli come back. And this is not good, bro. If Martinelli isn't ready, he might not just be Brazilian, bro. Everything might just be. But yeah. A lot of people were poor, bro. I almost forgot. And then before Mbappe would score, bro. And then Upamecano gets sent off because here's the thing. Wesley, he actually made a good run, even though he wasn't great. Even though he basically all right, so before he got subbed off, he made that create chances, and then like he made, there was that good run. I forgot who made the run because I was at work. I couldn't fully have time to watch the full highlights, just a little bit. And then after he does that, Uppercano decides to pull him on the ground, and then he gets sent off with the now goal scoring opportunity. And that's a stinker and hook, bro. Because imagine if you do that in the Champions League, bro. But yeah, he gets a red card, which is an absolute red card. Basically almost gave up a penalty for us, Brazil. Wesley almost won the penalty. But yeah, since it was a straight red, even though it's a friendly, but it's still a straight red, is true. Absolutely. And even if Uppercon decided to give us a helping hand, we did absolutely fuck all, basically. Almost nothing. Even though you could say France, they could have done a bit better, bro. And then, of course, the runs in and behind from Mbappe as expected. Besides that, he knows what he's doing, bro. France is front four, basically. They got the attack and the assist, even though the midfield you could say was but the attack was pretty great, even though listen, if it wasn't for that red card, if it wasn't for Uppercano turning off his brain, I think we would have lost. I think we lose 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, or possibly 3-0, or at worst case scenario 4-0. Because France were trying to pepper us. And even though they did score 10 men, they probably wouldn't have gave up the open play goal then that was given to Luis Enrique. I think we probably would have lost by 3 or 4-0. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is probably certain, bro. And France, they just absolutely kind of bossed Brazil for most of the game until that red card. And even though there were moments, especially that led to that goal, and unfortunately for the back line, not good enough. Leo Pereira, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he played that well. We're giving a rating 6. You're kind of responsible for the goal, and I'm gonna get into that. And then someone makes that good run, and then I think it was Mbappe. Mbappe trying to get a pre-assist or something. We came off before the goal or just in time for the goal to happen. I think it was Elise that assisted Ekitike after Dembele assisted Mbappe with that brilliant pass to Cook Ederson. And then he chips and then goes in the back of the net. 2-0 Massachusetts. Open play. France. We're all over us. And I was like, we are getting fried, bro. And Ekitike, about time he needs to score because Liverpool, bro, is a mess. And I think, yeah, fair play. I knew France was going to cook us. Yo, hopefully Rafinha is not injured. I hope the best for Rafinha because we need him against Atletico Madrid. I heard something like that. Yeah, big up PMF5. Yes, I want to see what happened. I heard a report. Rafinha went out injured. I don't know if it's serious or not, even though the problem is they do want to put the 8 guys just because to fit them for the World Cup, even though it's a friendly, but just to get trust of their managers. And that was the problem. I heard Rafinha wasn't that great, or it wasn't 140% fit. And that's a bit concerning, bro. Because I know he didn't do much against Rayo. Last week against Newcastle, he cooked. But today, he was mostly silenced. I'm not going to lie. He was mostly silenced. And then again, this is just not good enough. I mean, not good enough, but this is just a joke. You could say. What I wanted to say, sorry about that. This is just not good enough. Or not good enough. I mean, well, we all know this wasn't good. But just friends, we're just gonna have the better opportunities. I mean, not the better opportunities. And I couldn't watch the full game because I live in the West Coast. Northern California kind of sucks now. Massachusetts, even they could have game. And I know people concerned. Well, let's see, Rafinha. Injuries not serious, speedy recovery. Casemiro, mid. They said that was man of the match, but I don't know if that's true because I'm hearing people that he didn't play that well or was just mid. He didn't got a goal or assist, just accurate passes. Some people said Andre Santos did anything apparently. Mateus Cunha did anything, was getting locked up this entire game. João Pedro, I don't know if his form will be dropping off, but another game that you didn't score, made just a few brilliant one moment of run or something. That's about it. Zeba, almost forgot this guy. Even on national team, picks a yellow card. Danilo, nothing happened. Wait, is this the Botaf? Oh my bad. Yeah, did anything? Igal Thiago and Vinicius Jr. had that chance, which one of them could have squared it and score the goal. I'm not gonna lie, we're not good enough. And then of course, before I do my player ratings officially, after that goal and red card, basically someone for France was getting called out. Unfortunately, Elise, despite playing pretty well, he actually gifted us the goal. He actually made a bad backward pass apparently, and then we managed to get repossession of the ball. And then someone passes to Luis Enrique, which I forgot who it was. I think it was Casemiro then. That's probably the reason why. And then assisted Luis Enrique. And then Luis Enrique assisted find someone up top with much space because the France defense was all over the place for that moment, space wise. And then Bremen gets on the score sheet, scores a great header in open play, 2-1. And then France does get 2-1 back. Vinny, yeah, he did. Yes, him, and along with Thiago, Angulo, because I'm gonna get into it. Yo, Donnarumma or Gunlu, big up to you, Lewis. Is that you, bro? Absolute, yes, Vinny. Yes, he had that ball, and he still puts it wide. And like, this is not Vinny from Real Madrid. And even under Carlo Ancelotti, this is just not good enough. And even though we had some creativity, this is just not even enough. This is not Neymar level. This is probably not good enough. And listen, they could have done more damage. I'm not going to lie, France. Even though this was just a friendly, I think this was a real matchup. I think France would have destroyed Brazil because we looked much goofy, bro. Just who would I say had a good match? All because Vinny had those moments. He wasn't. Vinny still missed some chances, and FODMAPs don't give him a high rating just because of the PR. Vinny, what did he did? Yeah, just cook some defenders, but he should have scored today, and he didn't. He didn't got an assist. He created just 3 chances, fair, but that's about it. Not a single on target. Just hits it out wide. You got a shot blocked, fair. But you missed the one big chance, bro. Real Madrid, you're putting that in. This is not Vinny. Martinelli, absolutely another pathetic performance, another stinker and hook performance like Felipe Luis when he's faced. Oh, big up, Michael, you're here. Lewis, big up to all of you. Big up, we did everything right to score, yes. And I know I came from work, bro, and I couldn't catch the game live. And I was like, oh my goodness. Bro, and France, and listen, fair enough to Deschamps' France, even though you could say this is not the France from 2018. Pick Deschamps, and some people say that Zidane should have been there before the World Cup and should have took over for the World Cup. But even though he's going to have to wait till after the World Cup, it's apparently Deschamps' last game. But he just handled, I think, a pretty okay game. I would say they didn't have to be at their best, and unfortunately, yes. And then we had those chances, and then the France did look nervous. Mike Mignon got booked, bro. The AC Milan keeper. He made 3 great saves, fair enough. 1 goal conceded, not at fault for any of them. France just Kanate that moment got booked. Kanate is pretty washed up. Malagusto, I thought he was pretty France, even though I know there was problems. But yeah, this is just not good enough. Yes, and you know what, guys? I'm gonna get a Neymar profile picture on Twitter and as well on StreamYard soon. I will. Unfortunately, Rafinha kind of stinker as well. I don't know if he's just not. Maybe he wanted to play good, but he couldn't because of the injury. We'll see. I wish him for the best, but a bit disappointed. Yes, my alt is now new Blue Jays account. Oh, nice. Let me also. Oh, I thought it was blue because this is just not. Because the way that France just operated, they didn't have to do much then, because this is just not enough. So, and then I'm trying to see who's responsible, but yeah, this was just not good enough. And then, of course, like I said, for the first goal, Wesley was apparently bypassed. That wasn't there from Mbappe's run. He gets cooked there, and then Casemiro, despite a high overall rating, he was noted for the midfield turnover that was responsible for a French counterattack. Like, what was he doing? You know Mbappe is going to get ready. You know he's getting hungry. He's getting ready for the World Cup. You know this. And then I hate to say it, but Bremer, despite you score the goal, neither you or Leo Pereira reacted quickly enough to close down that space that led to Mbappe, that led to go on the 1v1 versus Ederson to score and chip that goal in open play. And Elise is going to exploit that as well, and that's the problem. If we're not going to improve that, then, or if they're not just going to be running around, then we're not ready then. And I wouldn't be surprised, bro, because guess what? Croatia, Brazil's next opponent, and they just beat Colombia 2-1, a comeback. Colombia had that few-minute display. It was just one bad moment from Croatia. And then you saw even 40,000-year-old Luka Modric bossing the midfield. Still, even with that age, he still had a great game. And and don't get me started on Croatia, bro. Even though you could say they're trying to bring in new players, bro, but like the same Croatia that knocked out us from the World Cup, and we didn't. We had Neymar just so you would not lose. And then the wasteful man advantage. And here's the thing: we got lucky that we forced the red card because this was a wasteful with my man. But the problem is was still wasteful. Brazil ran out of ideas in the final third, but they couldn't from that mid block, which Deschamps loves to do, bro. And even though the counter invite Brazil forwards to create spaces behind Brazil's high, then the problem is Dembele and Mbappe, when you have these players like that, they're absolutely gonna cook you, bro. And I'm not mad about it. I like France's national team, bro. I think they're one of the favorites to win the World Cup, bro. I even have a French jersey as well. I love all their ballers, bro. Dembele, Mbappe, Elise, they're all cool. And then Gabriel Sara from Galatasaray didn't anything. Yo, big up. You're not surprised? The 2-1? Yeah, you watched that on Global, right? Yes, and we're going to have to preview Croatia because this will be interesting. I will be doing a preview either on the Monday or maybe, who knows, tomorrow, because this is just not good enough. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. This was just not good enough. And I got a lot to say because this is not done yet. This was just not good enough. Not good enough, you could say. I watched the game on TV Global. But yeah, these passing, bro, and all that, it's not even close. And yes, and then once we went 2-0 down, I heard the fans were chanting Neymar's name because we were missing that powerful creativity. Even if Neymar is no longer the same guy at peak, he's still really important for Brazil's national team. And Carlo Ancelotti, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna have to hold some smoke. And it's fine. I don't care if you're big friends. And I know, okay, I get it. You got some injuries. You cannot use your guy Rodrigo because he's injured. You, Allison is injured. I get it. He probably would have saved us a draw. We probably would have lost 4-0. The game could have gone either way. Marcus Thuram, well, he probably didn't did much. Apparently, that guy's out of form. Apparently, for both Inter Milan and now France. Inter Milan did draw points to Florentina. Desiree Doué, well, wasn't that as great as he did against Nice? Oh, I did have to, even though they only had 5 days to prepare. But Vinny, you were coming from the best performance against the Madrid derby, scoring against Atletico Madrid. And now you go out there and like this after like 96 hours, not even 100 hours. Okay, fine. Even if you start off slow, you should have scored at least one. Okay, at least you could have gotten a shot that at least saved, even put it on target, even if Mike Bayon saves it. You could have done something. I was like, okay, maybe. Okay, but since you couldn't score, I don't even know if you deserve that rating. You might have cooked them right into that defense. Konate is getting outwashed, not even close. But the problem is, you're not doing it. It's not even close, bro. Like, and France, fair enough, bro. They absolutely cooked, bro. France absolutely deserved this win. And like, yeah, in France, they're trying to go for it. And listen, I don't know if I will be here for France versus Colombia. That will be massive. We'll see. Anything is possible, bro. I don't know, bro, but I still got to talk to some people about it. But I just think that if I had to go to the player ratings, these players didn't play no Ryan. France could have used Ryan Cherky. They had so much option. Colomani, Camavinga. Colomani could say may no longer be the same. Zyman, Embry, Lucas Hernandez. Like they have so many options, bro. This France team just balls out. They just know it. They figure it out. France, we're coming from poor 2024. Even though in 2025, yes, they did improve. They did improve. But even though this wasn't the France from last season, 2023 and 2022, which they were still playing peak football, I'd say this is on it. So, yeah, Brazil still got to look. I knew we were going to lose this game. Just they couldn't read the game. So it's just not good enough. And then what else would I want to say? Am I surprised? No. And then you could say, yes, in the same reaction, after that goal went in Massachusetts, a Goodland Stadium reported chanting Neymar's name because the strategy of the attack failed, especially after what we saw, and we still lack the central creativity, which only Neymar, the GOAT, does that. Without him, like, it's not going to be the same. And this is what happens when you don't call up Neymar. Like, listen, even if my guy Neymar is not even like 100% fully fit, he's still really important. Or he isn't no longer the same guy like he once was. Like, he deserves to play this. He's been carrying Brazil throughout the season. Like, how is that possible, bro? And yes, we will be reacting to these tweets. And then, like, I'm not gonna lie, Ancelotti, bro. You should have called up Neymar, bro. And this was his reaction. Let me pull it up. And I don't know if I could find Deschamps' press conference. Which big up to Deschamps, legend, even though I know you probably won't be the same. But it would be nice if they do go out with a World Cup, because in France, they do show up and turn big games, bro. And I love Les Blues. Even if I wasn't a Brazil fan, I know Brazil and France, you could say this. But yeah, and then as well as the one leg debate as well on social media, Neymar with one leg will be walking this team as well. Yeah, I agree. Because it just tells you everything, bro, with
Just because we ran out of ideas is not good enough. Of such good players, bro. It's like the whole structure. You bring in Carlo Ancelotti, one of the GOATest, if not the GOATest managers of all time, even though you could say that he could be washed, that he's just vibes and brilliance, good man managing. Maybe it's our bull and like, yeah. And this is his response. Carlo Ancelotti, when asked about the crowd chanting for Neymar, we have to talk about the ones who are here, who everything, save their faces, worked very hard. I'm satisfied. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I get to see when Carlo respecting. That doesn't want exactly. That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to Carlo Ancelotti. What is he waffling? Oh, big up, H. Big up to you. Long time no see. Yeah, no, it's been a while, bro. Yes, I'm doing my post game Brazil versus France. Yes, make sure you give this stream a like and subscribe. It's been a while, bro. But here are my thoughts about the Carlo Ancelotti press conference or his thoughts. This is just not good enough, bro. And then like, listen, he's trying to satisfy, trying to disrespect Neymar. Like, why is he waffling? No offense. And like the problem is, you see fans even protesting. Big up to this guy Lucas Ghost, even though he doesn't follow me back, but I will. I'm assuming he's a Flamengo fan. So yeah, so says so Neymar, but no salva means Neymar, please save us. Absolutely. That's the guy that's missing the creativity. This is why he's a star. Like, I hate to say it, Carlo Ancelotti. I'm not gonna lie. Are you washed up? Are you not watching your own league? What has happened to you? I know your brain may no longer do. At this point, not even Neymar. Even though some people are suggesting, even though people claim Neymar is washed, we haven't let him give him a chance. Neymar hasn't been on the national team since 2023. This is why we've seen a decline. And this is. How's that possible, bro? This is not football heritage. This is not sustainable. The stubborn old men. I, oh my goodness. Why? Mr. Ancelotti. Oh, yeah, and by the way, no. Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask you. No minutes for Esteval and Endrick. Once again, all good. Just been busy on my personal. All right, big up. Same with me. And I got a vacation to go on next week. But but what are your thoughts on the game, bro? I don't know if you watched Brazil versus France, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed from Carlo Ancelotti. What is he waffling? He didn't even let Endrick and Esteval play. This is not Real Madrid. But yeah, he keeps on Vinny for the full 90 minutes because of this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of more disappointed, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? Come on. This is not good enough. We're not serious, bro. Wake up. At this point, this might just be. I'm not saying Ancelotti out. The whole federation has always been corrupted, but the problem is, why are we not waking up? Even the Flamengo and Cruzeiro has higher standards than our own national team. That tells you everything, bro. Like, please drop your ego. This is exactly, bro. Just let him do it. Like, come on. What is that? If apparently this is like what has happened to Carlo Ancelotti, bro? We haven't seen Neymar. Exactly. You said it. You hit the nail of the coffin into the cardboard slashed pallet, basically, of or like you do at a house, basically. You know what I'm saying? For construct. Yes, we're just like AC Milan. We have not won a trophy. AC Milan and Brazil, two fallen giants, bro. Which I might have to make a video about those two. But which one is worse? This Brazil could be slightly worse than Milan because Milan, even though they got a lot of problems, bro, They got a lot of problems. Don't get me wrong. How they're falling off. They may be still alive in the league title, even though they're still 6 points behind, 5 or 6 points behind Inter. Because Inter Milan, I think this is their league to lose. It's just, yes, he is a top gaffer, but I don't know why Carlo Ancelotti is saying about why he doesn't want Neymar. Because unfortunately, listen, I'm okay with the call ups that he does, but why? But I'm just concerned. Like, why isn't he calling up Neymar? Because we still need Neymar. We haven't seen Neymar, and like I don't know what is going on behind the scenes with the Federation, bro. But Neymar should have been called up to them. Oh, there is an update just now. Carlo Ancelotti has just called up Girona center back Victor Reis, who's on loan from Manchester City. On loan at Girona from Manchester City. He called him up immediately. Surprise. Imagine flying to Spain for one game, bro. Very true, bro. We do this all the time. I mean, that's true. So it looks like he's gonna come in for I don't know who else is injured. Let's see. Some people say we'd rather have Thiago. So it looks like yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Carlo Ancelotti. This does worry me, bro. And this is where Ancelotti continues to. How's the conclusion? That's the problem. But I'm surprised he did have to make an immediate call. That I watched the highlights of what the Premier League Brazil make Ansus should play for La Liga, not the Premier League, because it's absolutely yes, and as well, and I know it went off my head, but I forgot what I wanted to say, bro. I forgot what I wanted to say. I forgot what else I want to say, but like there's just no really there's like really no there's like really no shoot, I forgot what else. Shoot, I forgot what I wanted to say. But let me read your comment again. Hold on before I read your comment, Michael. I watched the highlights about the Premier League Brazilian players. It's too much onto something. When said Brazilian players should go for La Liga. Interesting. I'm going to have a look about that. And even though you could say, I don't know if this will be a European type compared to Brazilian squad, even though Carlo Ancelotti could have called up like the other players, like he could have called up Cal Jorginho or Samuel Lino, but they decided not to. It's like his decisions. Even though I wouldn't mind having more players from the Brazilian league. Well, not just especially besides Neymar, like Cal Jorginho. So it looks like he's leaving them. Leaving Victor Roque because he only called out Hugo Soroff just because Alisson is injured right now. Is unlikely going to come back against PSG. So yeah, Neymar needs to play 90 minutes a week out. Santos. I know, bro, and I know he just came back from another injury, but the problem is he did play against the full 90 minutes against Internacional, and I know Santos, they're now going back on their old form, which is ridiculous, bro. And even though he wasn't available against Cruzeiro back on Sunday, but I would still take and I know some managers like Carlo Ancelotti wants to be more caution, but us Brazilians, or a lot of Brazilians, especially over there in Brazil, besides me, bro, they wanted Neymar back because we need that creativity. Totally agree. Absolutely, bro. Big up my guy Dali FC. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. Big Real Madrid and Brazil content creator. Yes, your guy Ancelotti unfortunately said that. Needed that Brazil win today. The backline ain't good enough today. I'm not gonna lie. And France could have killed the game if it wasn't for the red card because we've seen this unfortunately sadly fumbling against Japan. And I was a bit disappointed for Leo Pereira as well. And I'm going to get into the center backs again. Because I thought Leo Pereira, he only made a few mistakes in the first half of the season last year. and I thought he improved. I thought he was been doing good for Flamengo recently. I don't know if he was at fault for that goal against Corinthians, but I need to see. But even though, but the problem is, I'll still take a Neymar, bro. I'll still take a not fully fit Neymar because I want to see that because we haven't seen him in the national team in these last 2.5 years, and I'm kind of a bit concerned if it doesn't go through. Igalo, Ingu, Thiago, João Pedro, Esteban, Ryan, Richarlison, Ingulu, Jesus, Andre Santos, Bruno Guimarães, Premier League players in Brazil national team. And like I know there's it's just kind of complicated. Um what I wanted to say, Elise looked like the Brazilian player more with no Joe Bonito. Yes, he showed that absolutely today. And even though I know some of these players from the Premier League, they didn't got minutes. Like for example, well, Richarlison wasn't called up. Angulo Jesus wasn't called up or didn't play. Some of them didn't came off the bench. And I get there's injuries and there's nothing you can do about it. I get it. And injuries do suck. But I think Neymar wasn't fully injured because he was coming back from Santos from that injury he picked up in like February. And then like it's just like I'm not gonna lie. If he was fully injured, then okay. But the problem is, and I know, and I hate to say it to my guy to Neymar, he's unfortunately injury prone. But I just hope for the best for the World Cup because the problem is. So you're saying that Neymar has missed the Copa America, and Neymar, I want, of course, he has to make the World Cup, but it's been for so long, bro. 2 full years without Neymar in a Brazil jersey, bro. And like I missed that. Esteban just came back. That's why he wasn't. Yes, it's fair enough. I get Esteban. Yes, who just came back from injury and just came back against Everton. But Endrick, bro, he was doing pretty good. And I mean, I know he's been going a tough time. Lyon got eliminated from the Europa League from Celta Vigo. They lose 2-0 at home, 3-1 on aggregate. So, yeah, this is just not good enough. But this is just a lot of mess, bro. And, like, it's hard to, like, the problem. But, yeah, this is not the Brazil from a few years ago, bro. So let's see what all things Brazil wants to say, bro. Because it's like it's not that. Even though this was after the game, and this is Junior facing Brazilian criticism because he was laughing, joking. Mbappe, French play, such a poor performance. And I know these two guys. I do believe they're actually good friends at Real Madrid, of course. But the problem is, maybe you could, even though far below him, he might have calmed down the waters from Xabi Alonso. Because I know Vinicius Jr., I hate to break it to you, but you were just kind of complaining too much about Xabi. But this is just not good. But this is not good enough, bro. This is not the Neymar. I thought you were supposed to be the replacement for Neymar, even though I know may not have creativity, but you had that number 10 and you're disrespecting that. Rafinha, Casemiro, and even though I know it's a friendly, and I wouldn't be too mad, but in realistic games, I do concern. I'm not gonna like be super mad. I'm not gonna get all it to Vinny, but it's like the whole structure, bro. It's not good enough, bro. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, we want Neymar in the World Cup, and of course, some people says that even the Santos fans, bro. Like I bet there's some people wearing Santos shirts, Neymar in the jersey and back because they want to see him. And this is not the Brazil from, of course, from the last generation with Roberto Carlos, not just Neymar from the last decade where he kicked off. Yes, I miss Brazil. Roberto Carlos. R9. I j- Felipe Luis, Marcelo, Thiago Silva, Danny Alves, Virginia. I miss that era, honestly. Because right now, it's just not the same. Yeah, because Neymar is missing, and like with that creativity, well, if we don't get another player like that, we're absolutely going to be in I don't want to say like negative decline, but this is just not sustainable. It's not even close, bro. Neymar has done way more for Brazil, bro. Vinny, not as much, bro. Like, why? It's not even close, bro. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Cafu. Yes, I remember. Yes, like it's not. This is not the Brazil from that. And I get it. Generations past, but yeah, it's a sad decline like we're seeing it with Milan. Number one, I'm a bit concerned, but I thought Carlo Ancelotti would, even though of course you can bring in the good man managers and that manager, which is fine. His record is so far 44 win percent rate. It's not really sustainable. Even Titi had a better. Are you kidding me, bro? Titi of all managers, bro. I don't think Carlo Ancelotti, even though he may know the pressure at Real Madrid, but if the football has left him, he won't survive at Flamengo if he was coaching or. This is just not sustainable. No Real Madrid referees could carry him. Barcelona fans are making jokes. And I'm not surprised, bro. People were chanting Neymar. Bro, what are we doing? Even though I can't play, but absolutely. And where's Anthony? That's true. Yes, absolutely. Big up to Luis Enrique. Showing that he's absolutely important. That's why he's that important player for Botafogo and Zenit in the Russian league, St. Petersburg in Russia. Big up to Luis Enrique, bro. Proper. He absolutely showed up, bro, when it mattered, bro. And big up to Luis Enrique. Absolutely earned this spot. Even though Anthony should have been called up, I'm not gonna lie, Anthony should have been called up as well. Oof. And I get it. Some players came back from injury. But yeah, Anthony should have been called up. Neymar. Who else? And I don't mind some other players, but like I wouldn't even mind if Thiago Silva. I won't, even though you could say Thiago Silva is old, but he has that experience though, and I love that. Wouldn't mind seeing him in the national team, especially for this game. Even though you could say he couldn't keep up, but even though he probably has more experience directions, bro. Absolutely, bro. Brazil only has a 42. Oh my goodness. It's not really sustainable, bro. This is why I'm really concerned, bro. Mbappe says Neymar World Cup star when even Mbappe says he wants to see Neymar. But I won't go against Ancelotti as they had that reunion, bro. Even though I don't know if there was photos. I mean, there has to be photos between him since their first union since that last game against May. The Luka Modric sending off, which funny enough, we're gonna have the Luka Modric Ancelotti reunion. It's not even close, bro. We haven't even gotten Neymar, bro. It's not even close, bro. Neymar's the GOAT. This is why I wanted him on. It's not even close. I hate to say it's Vinny, but you maybe not that guy as we all thought. This is why Neymar's the GOAT, even though I know Neymar could also fix up some things, but he just had that legacy stuff. I just hope it isn't fully washed up. Like, why not try it? It's been so long. I struggled against 10 men. It's not sustainable. I hate to break it to you. We tied Tunisia, even though Tunisia are a great team. They made it to like the quarterfinals, right, of AFCON? Might have been wrong. But even though some people said that they would rather have Murillo over the Pereira, which I wouldn't mind that. Even Bento probably would have made a better save. And no wonder why Manchester City moved on to Donnarumma. Fair enough. As PSG are going to have to keep staffing on since Lucas Chevalier, even though that is a France story. Different story, especially for France. And I'm going to talk about France, but this is just not good enough, bro. And they still couldn't accept me? It's a joke. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to lie. This is just not good enough, bro. We need Neymar. I don't know about you guys, but we need Neymar. GE. I hate, dude, I hate copyright, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. But yeah, this is just not good enough. Come on. Rest, I'm coming off from your side of mine, but I said my mind. You could say maybe not yet. I mean, Bremen has improved. I would say I mean the performance for Juve, he has improved, I would say. Let's see. I'm just gonna say not yet. I mean yes. All right. So yeah, I think he probably will. Just for not yet, just because I don't want. But yes, I'm just not. I'm just. Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, we're not over club form yet. What is missing for them defense? Like they're close for me. Nothing is missing. Rafinha. That's true. He did have that most. That's like, come on, but still, a lot of people still want Neymar. Like, what game are we watching, bro? I wouldn't be surprised, bro, and I hate to break it, but like, it's just kind of true, bro. And listen, and big up to, of course, everyone, including Carlo Ancelotti. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think Broski, you might have lost the plot here, bro. If I was manager, bro, I wouldn't have called. I don't know if I would have called up Leo Pereira. I know he was doing good for Flamengo, but since he's playing at another level against France, kind of got cooked. Probably not good enough for the World Cup, even though I hate to break it to them. Even though I want them to good. I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid bias, bro. If Rafinha was fully they wanted to go, that was fine, bro. Rafinha did play, even though none of them would have stepped up, bro. Whether it's Vinny, Ancelotti, I thought they wouldn't have stepped up. They did step up on penalties, but not open play goals. That's the problem. Rafinha stepped up on penalties, but not open play goals, sadly. Each other, the team used to be playing with each, even though there was only this one partnership, but it's been a while. But the two-man midfield isn't gonna work when you. That's true, they were, especially that, and we'll see what happens against Croatia. And like speaking, handsome, very spooky. I hope. I'm just kind. Oh my goodness, bro. This is a joke, bro. Like, and then like all because we had that fluidity against Senegal might just been a display, bro. Even though Senegal were robbed the AFCON trophy now. But I thought that. But why can they not be consistent, bro? What is going on? I wouldn't be surprised that there is a Madrid bias. But even Italy got the job done barely against Northern Ireland. But this is just not good enough, bro. Just not good enough, bro. Let's see. Let's see. Liked up my tweets. Absolutely, bro. And I will be changing my profile picture, bro. We need Neymar, bro. I want that Drogo Bonito, bro. The proper one, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We need Neymar, bro. Take me, bro. I want Neymar back. I think against Croatia, I wouldn't say we get slapped up. I think we will get beaten. Even though France and Croatia didn't play each other in the World Cup, no, they didn't. Exactly. I want to see Neymar, bro. This will definitely. But yes, Mbappe, bro. This is what he's doing for France. Like, yeah, Mbappe is like France to everything that Brazil. Exactly. This is facts, bro, and I agree. Even though it's this guy Vascaíno, but this is what's true, bro. Apparently, he might be a Palmeiras fan. Let's see. Okay. And, oh, I see Puma. I don't know. But what he said is very true. This is facts. Especially without that creation like Neymar, we couldn't do it. Give Vinny the jersey back. Yeah, just this is why I feel like Neymar is being disrespected. And I love my guys, Vinny and Rafinha. And I don't care. Like, I'm not here for the Madrid Barca bias. Big up to my guy Drew. Even though he had to go. No, yes. He was injured on like the captain. Even though you could like I mean it's no excuses, guys. Like we still need Neymar, bro. Doesn't matter who it is. The followers. I just don't know, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't be mine. And what I want to say about France, I will mention about France as well. Because of course, big up to both of you. Big up to all of you guys. Big up to Deschamps. You still have it. Maybe it was just that poor 2024, bro. Ronnie said Neymar's not world class, bro. And it's a joke, bro. All on the same day, I wouldn't even. Yeah, I wish Jorginho was Brazilian rather than Italian because he probably would have. Sorry, I don't know. But it's like. It tells you everything, bro. Like, what is going on? Exactly. If we had Neymar on the pitch, we probably may be winning. Okay, maybe. Okay, even if not a win, maybe a draw. I would be happy. A 1-1 draw, I wouldn't be mad. Or a 2-2 draw, I wouldn't be mad. But this is just not good enough. Even Flamengo doesn't play like that. Even at worst, it's just embarrassing. And it's back to reality after 4 months, bro. Exactly. It's disgraceful, bro. We need Neymar back. Exactly. Representing Brazil all the time. And even though in 2019, this 2019 was the last good Brazil side before everything would slowly collapse inside. Even if Neymar was injured at that time, or wasn't called up the Copa America 2019 side, we still had some amazing players. We had the best left back. We had Marcelo. We had Felipe Luis. We had David Luis. Man, and that was 7 years ago. Good old times, bro. We had everyone. Everyone. Thiago Silva. Man, I miss that era, bro. This is not. I miss the Brazil team that won the Copa America, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We haven't won anything in 7 years, bro. In France, even though you have done much more, bro. You made it to the semifinals of the Euros despite not scoring an open play goal. We went out in the quarterfinals of the Copa America on pens, bro. And I don't blame you guys. I'm buying that new France kit. It's not even close, bro. And I'm changing my Neymar profile picture, bro. What did Brazil win? Yeah. I'm not surprised, Madrid fan. There's no excuses, bro. He won the Confederation Cup exactly. And even though you could say like the Copa America, they didn't need Neymar, but everyone else was good. Because Neymar is only like that person that was young enough to stay for another 5 to 10 years of the generation before everyone else would retire. Felipe Luis, Marcelo, you know it. And I'm not gonna debate about that. Exactly, as facts, no offense. You might be waffling. You asked the question exactly. You won the exactly. It's not even FIFA trophy. Facts. Here's Brazil. Brazil's nothing without Neymar, bro. Pele, so it's. But yeah, I still love. I just why didn't you call up Neymar, bro? Even if it wasn't fully fit, bro. I still take my goat, bro. The bats will take him, bro. And I'm gonna change the profile picture, bro. Like I just had enough, bro. Am I surprised? No. But it's not even close, bro. But like I wouldn't be surprised if we do beat Croatia, bro. I'll be surprised. But this is just not good enough, bro. Yup. 30. Brazil's nothing, but I will be changing my profile picture. It's not even close, bro. We need Neymar. We are Neymar FC, bro. Bring that Jogo Bonita. I'm reckon exactly, bro. I'm changing the PSG profile picture, bro. You could say Argentina wouldn't be without Messi. Well, if Argentina without Messi, to be fair, well, they actually might just have a proper squad, even if Messi retires. And I'm saying this from a Brazil fan. Even if Argentina, even without Messi, I do expect them to compete still. And like, listen, they still competed pretty well without Messi at times. Bro, they're trying to adapt to it with this new generation they'll having, especially Julian Alvarez, McAllister. Argentina will try ball out with the post Messi era, bro. Even though I get it, Argentina back then, when Brazil was still dominate, we had it. Argentina didn't have it until just now. Even though it's going, even though this means a lot of factor. I mean, it kind of was true, but since everyone grew up and Argentina has everyone has improved, but Brazil, since our structure has fallen down, now we're the Argentina from 10 years ago. And you're kind of playing like the Brazil from 10, 15 years ago. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Even though it's kind of true, kind of. Even though you could say there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of debates. I don't feel like getting into it. Exactly. Brazil fought Neymar. Even though, I don't agree with this. I mean, yes, Neymar wasn't called up, but we had a squad. Don't forget Marquinhos there. Yeah, Alves. This is why I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he was injured. Yes, big up to La Squad. Exactly, he was injured, bro. But we had that great team. I love that Brazil team. This was the last Brazil recommendation before everyone would slowly come down and collapse, bro. My guy, my goat, Felipe Luis, Thiago Silva, everyone. No, Militao as well before it's finished. Edison when he was at his prime. Man, I missed him, bro. It's not even close, bro. Brazil fought anymore. That's true. We did got smashed up. You're right. We did got smashed up 7-1 to Germany, bro. We didn't have Neymar. It's not even close, bro. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started, bro. That was a Santos bad game, bro. And then, by the way, Vasco, that's their trophy, bro, because they got nothing else to do. Vasco are not serious. Even though Santos, I mean, they didn't got. I mean, I know Santos are no longer what they used to be, as well, they're seeing a downfall, but it's like no excuses. Yes, and then if we don't get the same experience with those, if we don't listen, if we do not, I swear, if we do not get a guy of experience, we might actually be in big trouble, bro. And I may just abandon it back to Mexico or France or Colombia because Colombia, even if they're still trying to figure it out, they're miles ahead. Argentina could still have a dynasty, even the post Messi era, and that really is dark for me, bro. Basically, even though you could say with Portugal, probably not anymore as much, and in Argentina, probably the same thing since they evolved. But we just keeps getting worse, bro. And this is what worries me, bro. And people want to say Santos are. So is our Salazar. I mean, I don't care. But the problem is, Neymar is just that main guy after all. Big up to Lucas Gabriel. I'm surprised this is a different Lucas Gabriel. Born in Bola Vista, or was born in. Alright. Alright, I'll give him a follow. Big up to Lucas Gabriel. Without Neymar, exactly. And without the only. Some people said we would have. I don't know. True, exactly. Would have only. Absolutely. This is just not good enough, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't want to see that just yet. And I wouldn't be surprised, bro. But like I hate seeing Argentina do well, but it's just not it's just ridiculous, bro. And then people want to say, oh, this guy's waffling, get out of here. Just seen 0 World Cup semi is all because like and I know Neymar has his own egos, but there's no excuses, bro. They may exactly Neymar, and then of course because our backline was so stupid that day, sadly, which we'll never forget. But like, it's just so much problems, bro. And I'm gonna have to make an addressing video. We need Neymar, bro. I think Vinny. I think he needs Neymar as well. I think Vinny would cook with Neymar the duo because Neymar would. Like, come on, just call him up, bro. If you want to bring him for one game against Croatia, even though I just wish, like, even if Ancelotti better said it exactly. They can't do it alone, exactly. They need Neymar, my GOAT. They need him. This is facts. I'm tired of this mess, bro. This is true. This is facts. I am not justified, even though like this is not sustainable, bro. We need Neymar, bro. This is just not good enough, bro. I feel really upset, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, change my mind. Then people want to say this. I mean, it wouldn't be his fault unless he's actually like, come on. It's just, I just don't want to hear excuses, bro. This is not sustainable, bro. We need Neymar. That fluidity, the engine. It's like with Barcelona, Pedri. You could say. I'm not gonna lie, it's bad enough as those right now. Well, given 20 minutes, giving him 20 minutes can't hurt it. Wait, what? Wait, what do you say? Well, giving him 20 minutes can't hurt. Can it, Adam? And yes, I wouldn't mind even saying 20 minutes, bro. Facts. It has never been worse than there. Yes, the PR, everything that sucks about football, bro. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the World Cup gets canceled somehow. If there's one BS event, because these geopolitics, woke nonsense, or corruption in football, everything has gotten worse. Last 10 years, bro. More money laundry, more money greedy and all that. The ticket prices, everything has gotten worse in the last 5-10 years. Like, it's not even sustainable. And all I gotta say for France, fair play to Deschamps, bro. Fair play, bro. And I think France might actually beat Colombia, bro. I wouldn't even be mad at they beat France were stone clear, bro. They just looked more organized, bro. And I love people play. They didn't even use Barcola. Even though Barcola is injured, Ryan Cherky didn't play a single minute. I'm not saying the World Cup getting canceled. No. But like all these geopolitics, like everything's a mess around the World Cup. That's what I'm trying to say. The ticket prices, geopolitics, everything is a mess, bro. The economy, like everything. And I'm gonna make it a stream about it as soon as possible, bro. And look at France, bro. They're not even lying, bro. They're not even messing around, bro. And even though you could say but they just keep competitive. When was the last time we made it that close, bros? And no longer keeping those high standards, bro. And like France and fair play to France, bro. Even though Mbappe is France, we don't disrespect legends like that. Made that tweet January 8th, 2023 for what's PSG. Absolutely. Yep. And fair play to Mbappe, bro. You absolutely cooked your own manager. And you know what? At this point, you may be right. At Real Madrid, this is no longer Vinny's team. It's Mbappe's team. You were right. It's his. He has all the keys. Some people says, like, I don't know, but like, I'm not even mad about it. Such good players, bro. He does that good volley, bro. I'm not even mad, bro. Mbappe, bro, he's just that cheat code, bro. Mbappe is Mbappe, bro. Even though he did play more actually in the number 9 striker role rather than left wing apparently today, even though Mbappe does whatever, but more so. And this guy doesn't follow me back, bro. Flaked over. I just don't know, bro. But yeah, this France team, bro, they're just filled with a bunch of ballers. I think they'll beat Colombia, bro. It's not in, bro. France. This is why they're one. If it wasn't for Brazil, I probably would have gone for France or Colombia. Mind you, my Mexico, but and listen, and Deschamps, bro, he took off Mbappe, Tchouameni, Ekitike, Dembele at all the 70th minute. Still don't have work. Colomwani, bro. Who's this, bro? Exactly, bro. Colomwani, nothing against him, even though, of course, Hembron saw him in the mud. I wasn't going to be surprised, bro. I don't see... Nah. Even though it would have to be an actual World War III, man. But the problem is, still got some controversy, tension, sadly. Other Brazil legend Neymar will be seen as a failure that didn't even win the... That's true, because and even though I wouldn't, even though, and then sadly it might be, and I hate just to hear about that because I don't think it's not his fault. The injuries did got him, and then that some of the team were just not good enough. Even though, of course, that bad day in 2014 was just one of them. Just because he didn't win much. The Copa America. I know the Gold Cup, they didn't invite him. I get it. The Copa America, the World Cups, could have the team around it didn't screw him up. Imagine Pogba in the. Oh my goodness, bro. They'll absolutely cut us open easily, bro. These guys, bro. You knew that Mbappe was gonna cook us, bro. It's not even close, bro. I'm not even mad, bro. Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner, absolutely. And I thought Mexico is the ones that will be playing against France. Guti, bro. And yeah, France are one of the favorites to win the World Cup. So there's just not anything. As Roberto Martinez left Portugal, that's a different story, bro. But it's just a lot of questions, bro. Like, fair play to France, bro. Good luck to every single one, especially they'll be meeting the Champions League. Elise, what a baller, Mbappe. Just everyone, bro. It's not even close, bro. Even a Wash Kolumawani could do something. He could go up some hoop and cook, bro. On a good day, I'm not impressed, bro. You could say France. You could say France. We're not on it. Okay, I don't know. That might just be I wouldn't say a bit on delusion, bro. You guys could get a draw against us. I wouldn't be surprised. We didn't even score from open play against Tunisia, bro. Yeah, because I mean, but yes, I know France made an intensity, which I did like it. I did like the physical battles and all that. Even though I know it's risky, but just to get used to it. People said it was gonna be moving, but we all knew this game was gonna end 0-0, bro. Oh look. But yeah, all I gotta say that oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, South America and Ball's getting clowned. I'm surprised Colombia lost, and I will. You know what? I'm still gonna do a preview between France and Colombia. I'll still do a preview about that as well. You're right. The toughest is Europe. The best is Argentina. Even though they are, I despise Argentina. Even though they tend to be the closest thing what UEFA has. Like, whatever, bro. Like, all I gotta say, fair play to France, bro. France, they absolutely cook, bro. I'm not even mad. Like, they'll probably cook you. Oh, Jay, big up to you. You know what? What are your thoughts on the France-Brazil game? What are your thoughts? Brazil's finished without Neymar. I will be changing the profile picture right now once the stream ends. And all I gotta say, not good enough, bro. Because we could have at least gotten at least a draw. I'm happy that France actually. I still like enjoying watching France, bro. After Brazil, it's definitely France, bro. Rivalry side. One common enemy as well. You know who it is. But yeah, I still like France. This ballers, bro. I love watching France. And all those rival fans want to say, "Oh, but they're all like, they're all French, bro. They're all born in France." Yeah, if you do nationals like Michael Lise, from Crystal Palace. I mean Bayern Munich, but yeah. Yeah, so but these chances, man, you know this, Ederson, bro. I don't know what you've been doing, bro. Unfortunately, you did went back to Anfield and you got slapped up 4-0. If I'm not mistaken, right? 4 freaking nil. No wonder why. No wonder why people have been clowning on them, bro. Did he play against Liverpool? 4-0. Oh yeah, I forgot he's Fenerbahce. My bad. Why did I keep thinking about Galatasaray? My bad. You drew. Are we surprised? No. So all I gotta say, one final thing. The problem is we'll have Neymar just in time just to put him on the waters, bro. And I think it's a joke, bro. We had the best league on the continent, and yet we still couldn't do it. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke, bro. Ecuador, Colombia. Did Gotta Scout even play, bro? Because I want to look at Colombia's game. Let me see real quick. So before I end the stream, let me check Colombia's game real quick. Colombia Croatia's game. But yeah, like I said, not good enough. Not good enough, Colombia. Just not clinical, bro. Luis Diaz or Luis. No, Luis Suarez. Missed the sitter for fuck's sakes. No. Oh, my bad. My computer was acting up. No. 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 Mm-hmm. Damn, Rodriguez is so bad. Everyone is so poor, bro. Gotta scout. Almost everyone did nothing. All right, you know what, guys? I'm gonna end it here. Big up to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.